I was born to the name of Talona Shillane Young. I am an artist with top sellers entitled Dobbs. Just as I fall, I shall rise, and at last, a king. I promote motivational living by means of art, empowering workshops, books, and even fashion. I have chosen to embark on a journey that has permanently changed my life.
I started painting after I graduated from high school. Third Eye Reflections was my very first creation.
I've always mentored youth, in particular those with learning styles that were similar to my own. Tactile learners, visual learners, those that learn best by actually seeing, observing, touching, doing. And many times, their artwork was better than my own. I knew that I needed to become more visible and to get more involved. I started working with community leaders. And what an experience that was. I met people who I normally wouldn't have. And it opened up doors and opportunities for these students that I was working with. I began to paint for movements and causes. At this point, my work represented the community. I was like the Tasmanian devil. I was everywhere. I had to touch everything because I needed for my presence to be known. I began making appearances on TV, both in English and in Spanish. I had radio interviews, and my story appeared in newspaper articles. I also made certain to visit exclusive galleries, and one gallery was located in Laguna Beach, California. This is when I still carry the name Artist Chalet, and the director said, "Your work is beautiful, but the renowned artists that have gone down in history never included the word artist in their names. They just painted under their birth names." I was then critiqued by art curator extraordinaire Derek Tadashi Takeuchi, and he wanted to know why I didn't sign under the name Talona, why I didn't use that name. He said, "It's a beautiful name, it's exotic." And from that point on, I painted under the name Talona Chalet. Again, I met with Derek, and he said, "Chalet, there's a distinct difference from your earlier pieces and your work of today. Why?" And he said, "That's not going to work. You need to take it back." Kind of like the scene in Lion King when Mustafa was in the sky and telling Simba, "Simba, remember." It was tight. And so I began painting for myself again. And the first piece I created after that exact conversation was Rag. Rag sparked a whole new wave of empowerment for me in my artistic endeavors. I started hosting empowering workshops. I started the workshops out with the story of Rag because it affected everybody. It didn't matter, young, old, black, white, man, woman. Heck, we've serviced children as young as 5 and adults as old as 95 plus. It works for everybody. And during the workshop, guests were asked to reinvent themselves by creating their own path. I didn't expect it, but they allowed me to take pictures of their private and personal pieces. They sent me pictures of them hanging on their walls. It was wonderful and it felt good. that I was able to elicit these emotions and this creativity and these goals. It felt good. I also created a clothing line that was inspired by rags. From my clothing line, I introduced Bunches of Beanies. Exclusive. Bunches of Beanies was created in order to help those children that face adversities on a daily basis feel better, feel good about themselves. Children with cancer, leukemia, lupus, homeless children, abused children. It doesn't matter. I pass out those beanies to everybody for that cause because we're fighting for these kids. I also began hosting workshops for young children. So we went into daycare centers and schools and requested that the children create cards for our children of charities.
And you're going to say some really nice things to her on the card.
Because they were rooting for them too. They really wanted them to feel better. They really wanted them to feel good about themselves. It was wonderful. It was awesome. It was empowering. So now I've been invited out to Victoria Gardens on April 15th by Global Restoration. DW3 will be there performing. Alfonso Freeman, Morgan Freeman's son, will be the host. And of course, I will be there reciting my epic tale of rags in front of 500 guests. I'm working real hard for you. I'm really excited. And I hope to see all of you there.